What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Subscriber Class Review episode number dos. We're actually going to be talking about the Razorback today. So in the comment section, I actually had a little bit of a tough choice as far as picking what class I was going to review, guys. It would help me out a lot if in future episodes you guys actually liked the classes that you guys do want to get reviewed. Only reason I chose the Razorback for this episode is because of the feedback and reactions that it got. So we have Krish actually saying, I keep getting dominated by the Razorback, but I can never get the feel of the gun. And the class he left was the Razorback with the ELO, quick draw, and stock attachments. Secondary, he was using the RK5, no lethals or tacs. Perk 1, he was using Ghost or Flak Jacket, depending if he was playing Objective or not. Perk 2, he was using Fast Hands and Hardwired. Perk 3, he was using Tac Mask. And then we have Smudger underneath saying, I have the same issue. So that's why we're going ahead and we're going to be talking about the Razorback today. Give you some suggestions on your class and talk a little bit about the playstyle you need to have with the Razorback so that way the gun can excel in your hands. So let's go ahead and talk about the first thing that pops out to me in this class, and that's Hardwired. Big no-no, big red flag right here. And yes, you can do what you want, but let me go ahead and tell you why Hardwire is a terrible, terrible choice for this. You're already running two things that actually go ahead and counter Hardwired. So Flak Jacket and Tac Mask would basically counter what Hardwire already does. So let's say you're running into a room and there's a trip mine. Hardwired would completely negate that, but Flak Jacket will also negate that. Sure, you get a little bit of damage, but you won't die. And let's say there's a shock charge with that trip mine. You have Tac Mask to negate that as well, or reduce the effect. So Hardwired is actually an overkill, and I completely removed that from the class. So Krish, this next part is really up to you. But basically for me, I didn't feel like I needed the ELO. The gameplay, granted, I was using the ELO just because I was trying to out a whole bunch of combinations just to get you guys the best class that I could find. So what I actually did was I actually took away the ELO and I took away the RK5 and I actually went ahead and I added extended mags. Now, I'm a person that never switched to their secondary, so Krish, if you're somebody that likes to switch to your secondary a lot and you don't feel like you need the extended ammo, then go ahead, pop that ELO back on, pop that RK5 back on. And this goes for anybody besides Krish. Or if you're like me and you don't switch to your secondary, extended mags is really good on the gun because the gun actually by itself has a pretty decent reload time. Now, I still have two more points, so what I actually ended up finding that I liked most was actually Afterburner. Now, the reason I chose Afterburner is because I like being able to move a lot. So the gun does have a slower time to kill up close. So being able to jump shot, being able to strafe with stock, you know, those really help me stay alive in those situations where I was up close with somebody. And you want to catch your enemies off guard with the Razorback. That's where the gun shines. So let's go ahead and let's get into some gameplay where I can actually show you guys and surprise you guys of what I'm going to say to do with this gun to make it effective in your hands. So the Razorback is an SMG. We all know this, but I don't want you guys to treat it like an SMG. I want you guys to treat it like an assault rifle with SMG movement. The reason I say this is because up close, the time to kill is terrible, but the 4-shot range of the Razorback is absolutely ridiculous. You'll notice throughout the gameplay, I try to keep people at a distance, and when people do get close to me, I try to use stock and I try to use jump shotting to my advantage to try to stay alive longer. That's what you want to do with the Razorback. You'll also notice I'm actually not sprinting too much. I'm aimed down sight for most of the game. The reason for that is with the Razorback, you really want to be the first one to take your shot off. If you start flinching with the Razorback, you're going to really struggle. You want to land your bullets, you want to be really accurate with the gun, or else you're going to have a tough time just because the time to kill is slow. It'll never be less than a 4-shot kill, ever, unless they're already damaged. So you really want to be able to get that first shot off as quickly as you can with no hesitation. And you want to make sure those bullets land. So with the Razorback, you have to try to be as accurate as possible for the gun to be effective, and you want to be at that range where that 4-shot kill will outbeat the other SMGs. For example, like you want to stay out of the CUDA and VMP range. You want to be a little farther back because that's where this gun shines. Also, since the gun is so accurate, this gun really shines a little bit in the bigger to medium maps. In the small maps, I wouldn't recommend it unless you know how to use the routes to your advantage where you do have the longer lines of sight. So make sure when you're using this gun, try to use it on longer maps. I know it's an SMG, but use that accuracy that you have with the gun to its advantage, where the gun is optimized to your benefit. Okay, so let's recap. Remember, you want to use stock and afterburner to your advantage, jump shot, strafe, to avoid incoming bullets so that way you stay alive longer since the time to kill is shorter. You want to stick to longer lines of sight and bigger maps. Even though it's an SMG, you got to use it kind of like an AR with the accuracy that it has. And remember, be the first to fire your gun. Surprise your enemy. Try not to get shot at while you're using this gun. The flinch is a killer, especially with the slow fire rate. And yeah, alright guys, so for the next episode, please leave your comments below as far as what you guys want to see and what classes you want to see, and make sure to vote for other classes that you see as well. That way I know what to do for next episode. I might do more than one gun next episode. I might do a couple different classes. So yeah guys, until next time, have a good one.